Hello and welcome to the latest pickup video. I've just been to the charity shops again. I've had some time off this week. That involved going to two towns, driving out of my way, where I thought maybe there'll be more charity shops open, but it's still, I don't know what the date is today. It's the 16th of July and I would still say it's pretty much 50% are still closed. I went to a town today which our first video, the #1 Thrift Haul, if you haven't watched that, go watch that after this, where I found a load of things just in one town, literally in the space of like an hour and a half. I went there today and I managed to get around the whole town in about 20 minutes and I've picked up one item. So it's quite hard to pick up things at the moment. But anyway, we'll get to it. I'll put in the clips now of what I found but didn't pick up. That includes a Ferrari jacket that I actually saw before lockdown. I went into that store, they'd cut lots of their prices, but unfortunately they were still charging £10, which I think is a bit steep, to be honest. On the back it's got like a nice spell out on that, and it had an embroidered logo I think on the front, and it dated that in 1996. I really like it, but just a bit too steep. Also, there was a bootleg Nike fleece in the same store. It was so obviously bootleg, to be honest. It was like tagged extra large, but then also said size small. It was like a size small. I was tempted to pick it up, but obviously Depop, you're not allowed to sell bootleg items, and I just thought it would just be sitting around too long before I managed to find a way to get rid of it. Also, I found a YSL denim jacket. Now, I didn't pick this up because I think they were charging about £20. I wasn't 100% convinced it was real. I think it was, the quality all checked out, but I didn't really like the jacket, and I thought £20 is quite a big investment to just be sitting there, even though I know some YSL items like denim jackets and coats can achieve well over £100. I just didn't go for it, but it's there anyway, you can see the clips of it. Anyway, let's not hang about. These finds are from the space of about a week from my local town. One of the towns I went to, I didn't pick up anything, and then like I said, one item from somewhere else. Some of these items are already listed at the time I'm making this. Some items are going to be going on over like the next week. So let's get into it. So the first item is this really cool, funky, I think it's Indonesian shirt. So it's got this all over sort of really cool Asian, I think it's an East Asian pattern. I think it's meant to be like a peacock or peahen sort of style. I really like this shirt. It's in our funky shirt section now. It's from a shop that just recently reopened. I paid a bit more than I usually would, I think, for this one. But I just thought it was such a cool shirt, definitely worth picking up. Next is a second funky shirt. I'm hoping this is showing up alright. You can see it's got a sort of white, purple and sort of yellowish pattern on it. Very 90s looking shirt, made by a brand called Metropole. Never heard of that before. So again, another really cool shirt to pick up, which is already in our funky shirt section. Just one polo shirt, it's already on the hanger because I've listed it already. So this is a Valentino Sport polo shirt. So I was a bit and ahhing because I was like, Valentino is obviously quite a popular brand. Certain lines of Valentino are very, very expensive. Other ones are a bit more affordable. So this is one of the more affordable lines. But I thought I'd still pick up just because being a white, sort of off-white colour polo shirt, it was just in such clean condition. So that's up on the store at the moment. So obviously Valentino is a brand to look out for. One that people do find in charity shops and in second-hand stores and car boots. So if you don't know that brand, do look out for it, but also be aware there will be fakes as well. Okay, so we're getting to the one item I found from the town I went to today, which is this vintage, I think it's a Gildan tag. Yeah, Gildan Ultra Cotton, sort of vintage souvenir tee with Arizona, so that's all embroidered. Obviously Arizona is famous for its desert. It's a really nice sort of baby blue colour. I think it's a men's medium, but to be honest I think this is more of a unisex item. I think men or women could wear this. It's a bit marked up, I don't think it's stained, but it's obviously going to get a run through the wash, and really this was the last store I went into, and usually it's something I'd kind of be not too sure on, but I just thought I need to pick something up to make it worth the drive. So this is what I picked up. Really nice essential, obviously vintage American tee. And on the theme of vintage American t-shirts, I've got this really cool 90s, well I think it's 90s, it's single stitch, hopefully you can see that there, single stitch, Las Vegas tourist tee. Now I looked at this and thought this is in really clean condition because this is the sort of thick, scratchy vinyl. Well, I was trying to think of the word there, like vinyl print. And I thought this is really clean condition, and then I realised it still had its tag on it. So it's obviously brand new, probably bought in like a hotel lobby or an airport or something. So not from a brand that I know, it's just called T-Shirts Plus. But it is single stitch, it is vintage, really, really cool colourway, definitely will make an outfit stand out. If you don't know what the hype is about single stitch, basically it was the sort of common quality of t-shirts in the past up till about 95 or 96, that the sleeves were stitched with a single stitch. I was going to say this one as well, the t-shirt I'm wearing, it's from 1992, this is single stitch as well. So you can kind of date a t-shirt up to about 95 or 96. After then it became common or like industry practice to double stitch your sleeves, so to t-shirt collectors and vintage collectors, having something single stitch just confirms that it is definitely vintage. Okay, so just a few more items left. There's a bit more, or a few more items than I actually thought there were. So this is a vintage Fred Perry crew neck. So I picked this up I think at the start of the week. I wasn't 100% sure if it was real. I literally came back and showed Libby the jumper and I went, either it's fake or it's just really old, because I don't recognise the tag. But I went on to like a Facebook forum group, and luckily they did confirm it was real. It is a vintage 80s or 90s European tag, usually made in Italy or made in Germany. So this is a made in Germany item. Really good quality. It obviously, the Fred Perry logo, a lot of people like them to stand out. It sort of settles into the jumper there, but it does not give a nice classy look. It's a size medium and fits just perfect. It's a perfect size medium. Second to last item, if I can get it ready, there we go. So this is a full zip Patagonia fleece, so you should see the Patagonia print there. Wonderful. So this is just one of like those active wear, sort of, I guess Patagonia is an outdoors brand into hiking and walking and that. So apart from obviously the spell out, it's all black, sort of a, I don't know what the technology is called, it should be in here. So I can't find the name of the technology, but I did find someone's actual name on the wash tags there. Oh, here we go, Polartec Power Dry. So if you're into Patagonia, this is Polartec. And the very final item, and probably, in my opinion, the coolest item, is just a pair of shorts. But this is a pair of Adidas equipment, vintage shorts. So you can see the tag there, Adidas equipment. Really, really cool. Obviously, you've got the old school with the 3 stripes and the country's flags there. So this is a 32. I'm assuming they're men's. You've got a button and a clasp on there with a sort of elasticated waistband. If these are men's, these must be proper like old school tennis shorts, because they are quite short. So if you like to show off your legs, then obviously these are for you, but obviously as well they'll suit the women's. Obviously Adidas equipment, mainly the jackets, the t-shirts from the 80s and 90s are bang on trend. You know, it's just that extra brand name, that equipment, just something adds on a lot of value. These sort of, the value of these sort of sit around 15 to 20 pounds. And I just picked it up in a big pile of clothes that were dumped on the table, and they just happened to pick them out. Anyway, that's this video. I've got my coffee here, so I'm going to drink this now. I can't remember how many items that is. There weren't any massive grails or a massive amount of items. That's literally like a week's worth of thrifting. But unfortunately the shops, obviously half of them are still closed, and a lot of them, you know, aren't stocking a great deal of things because they've got to wait for them to decontaminate. That's it. But anyway, I'm still happy with the amount of stuff we got. Like I say, about half of that's already on the store, half of it's going to be going on probably after this video has gone up. So obviously if you like anything, make sure you check out the Depop. The tags and everything will be in the comments. Hopefully I'm not great at doing that. And I'd like to say thank you for the support on the last video. I think at the time that this is, or that I'm making this, it's got just over 100 views. And just by doing that video, our subscribers went from like 3 to 11, which is obviously tiny numbers, but it's obviously, it does help a lot, and it is nice to see that everything's going up and each video is getting more views and we are getting subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe, because obviously the more subscribers we get and the more views, then the more motivated we're going to be to carry on this content. And obviously if you're into this content, you're enjoying it, then obviously if you subscribe you'll get to see more of it. So thank you for watching this video and have a great day.